Experts question whether Boeing's board of directors is capable of righting the company. In December, when Boeing's board of directors fired CEO Dennis Muilenburg, some corporate governance experts and investment analysts wondered what took so long. By then, the aerospace company's latest iteration of its best-selling airplane, the 737 MAX, had been grounded worldwide for more than 9 months following 2 crashes that killed 346 people. Investigations, lawsuits and news stories revealing festering internal problems had piled up. Muilenberg faced public grillings and calls for his resignation during congressional hearings. Revenues and stock values plummeted. Worst of all, Boeing's once sterling reputation for quality and safety was badly tarnished. The prolonged hesitance to fire Muilenberg in the face of spiraling crises underscores concerns about the board's oversight of the company, even as it faced the most troubling period of its 103-year history. It also raises questions about the board's culpability in the tragedies and its ability to re-establish confidence in the company among regulators, Wall Street and the flying public. 9 months is a long time. It's a forever in business for a crisis like this, said Charles Elson, a professor of finance and head of the John L. Weinberg Center for Corporate Governance at the University of Delaware. So, the question is, where was the board during that time? If they only came around late in the game, well, why is that? It wasn't until Muilenberg backpedaled from what had been his steadfast forecast that the MAX would be cleared to fly again by the close of 2019 that the board's confidence in him finally broke. Once the timeline for the MAX's recertification fell apart, the company's already strained relationships with suppliers, airline customers and regulators reached a tipping point. Up until then, every board meeting ended with a confidence question, and we always asked the question, does he have it? Dave Calhoun, a Boeing director for a decade and Muilenberg's eventual replacement, later told reporters, and we stayed with it, and then we got into December, where we really did have sort of a schedule that was committed to in a really big way. The vote at that moment in time, at the end of the last meeting, simply was the end of our confidence, Calhoun said of the board's December 22 decision. And then, we moved forward. Calhoun, as Boeing's new president and CEO, has said board members didn't learn of the various problems that ultimately surfaced during Boeing's developing crisis, from design flaws with the MAX's flight control software to deep-seated cultural issues within the company, until too late in the game. And that's life, he said. We all wish it was earlier, but it wasn't. Consumer advocate Ralph Nader, whose grandniece was killed in the second. For more on this story, visit the news article link.